Today, we visit a very infamous crime scene inside this apartment complex which stands in Sama, a suburb in Tokyo, Japan. From the outside, the house and the surrounding area looks really harmless and seems like a very nice area to live in. There is even a train station close to the house which can bring you to central Tokyo fairly easily. But the people that live in close vicinity are not feeling safe anymore, and they don't like walking past this house and even rather skip this street because of what happened in one particular apartment. What happened in there? Well, I think it's more interesting to show you the apartment first and then tell you the occurrences inside, as it is similar to what the police had to deal with when they first entered. But to really understand why this case is so disgusting and infamous, I gotta tell you a bit about the perpetrator. His name, Takahiro Shirashi. He was 27 in 2017 when he moved from his parents' apartment to Zama and started his killing spree. Yes, he was a serial killer. His life before that was nothing that would make his parents proud either. After he graduated school, he worked at a grocery store for 2 years and afterwards as a scout for brothels in the red light district in Tokyo, where he was considered as really creepy. It is actually illegal to be a scout, and he did get caught and sentenced for 14 months in jail, but the sentence got suspended. He did lose his job though as a consequence. Being jobless and unsuccessful made Shirashi really depressed, and his parents wanted him to move as well, so he got bored and lonely as a consequence of that too. He started using Twitter regularly to get rid of his boredom and posted a lot about suicide, assisted suicide and hanging. He would message depressed people on multiple accounts and told them suicide would solve all their problems, which, as we all know, is not the case. Why he was interested in those topics in particular and why he was interested in females going through these things is unknown, but there are two things from his past that stand out. A school friend remembered that he liked playing games that included choking on the playground at school. Shirashi also had a big interest in women that had psychological issues back when he was a scout, so maybe some of those things could have predicted what he did. So now we know exactly what the police knew when they first arrived. The police received a tip from a brother of one of the victims that his sister messaged a strange guy that lived in Zama and that she disappeared afterwards. Usually Shirashi would force his victims to delete the messages before he attacked them, but that girl in particular forgot to delete a few messages. And so the brother was able to use a fake account to message Shirashi and to find out his location. The police arrived at Shirashi's store and asked where the girl is. He answered shockingly, "She's in the cooler." After the police got this strange answer to a not very pressing question, they immediately went inside to look around. The police found a really small apartment measuring only 13.5 square meters with a small unassuming bathroom to the left and the living room with a tiny kitchen to the front with many boxes standing around. Those boxes, it would be better if you keep those in mind for later. Anyways, the windows of the apartment were small and the glass textured for privacy reasons, as the neighboring house was close nearby. For summer, there was even an air conditioner installed. Above the little kitchen corner and bathroom there was enough space for a little loft to sleep on. From up there you can actually see how small this apartment is. So now that you saw the apartments and that you know how tiny it is, I can tell you what happened in here. Shirashi invited suicidal people in his apartment and ended their lives. Usually the people would like to die and Shirashi offers a suicide pact or a painless death, but the people usually decided against it and would rather look to talk about their problems with Shirashi. But he didn't let that stop his plans and he killed 9 people, with 3 of them still being in high school. He even raped his victims before killing them and stole all their money to pay for rent. Then he would drag the bodies to the bathroom and dismember them. He threw everything into the trash except the bones because he thought that he would be caught easily if someone saw them. The bones were put in all the boxes that were stored around the apartment. They were filled with cat litter to reduce the smell and to remove all the fluids. After the police found out about that, they couldn't believe that there is actually a person in the world that would live inside such a tiny apartment with 9 bodies. The neighbors didn't have a clue either. The glass in the air conditioner played in the hands of Shiraishi, who could easily hide his activities. Only sometimes the neighbors thought that there is a strange smell coming from the apartment, and they thought it's weird that Shiraishi had his air ventilator running 24/7, but they never reported anything. Sadly, all 9 victims ended like this. Like I said, 3 of them were still in high school, with the ages ranging from 15 to 26 years old. There were 8 females and 1 of them was male. Shiraishi thought it wouldn't be so obvious if he also had a male victim. All of them were killed in a span of 3 months, and Shiraishi's motivations were sexual pleasure and money. All of the victims were very liked by their peers and family, and it's very sad how they ended up. After he got caught, thanks to the police and also thanks to the incredible work by that one victim's brother, who saved many lives from a similar fate by his actions, Shiraishi got caught, and on the 15th of December 2020 he was sentenced to death and did not appeal his sentence. The sentence was finalized in January 2021 and he is currently awaiting execution. What is great about that is not only justice will be served, but also in Japan you don't get informed about the time and day of your execution. And the guards in prison apparently walk up to your cell once in a while saying that today is the day of your execution, but in reality it isn't. And they do that just to make the perpetrator's life as miserable as possible. After this crime happened, Sama decided to take actions to help depressed teens, so something like that won't happen again. Also, once again, I gotta say, amazing work by that one brother who saved many lives by his actions. Apparently he lost his mother close before the death of his sister, and even after the brother lost his mother and suspected his sister's death, he tried to find whoever is responsible so justice can be served, and that makes him a real hero to me and to many other people as well. So yeah. Thank you for watching. This case is just really sad when you think that someone actually made hunt for the most vulnerable people and to take advantage of them. I hope we all learned from this case. If you want to talk with someone about mental health, it shouldn't be a stranger that you meet on the internet, and especially not meet in their apartment. Take care.